Hey, thanks for joining us. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button to stay updated on all our newest videos. And don't be shy. Like, comment, and share the video. That way you help the channel grow and in turn helps you rack up on your cool points. WWE, also known as World Wrestling Entertainment Inc., is an American integrated media and entertainment company that is primarily known for professional wrestling. WWE has also branched out into other fields, including movies, football, and various other business ventures. The WWE name also refers to the professional wrestling promotion itself. Founded by Jess McMahon and Toots Mott in 1952 as the Capital Wrestling Corporation, as of 2019, it is the largest wrestling promotion in the world, holding over 500 events a year, with the roster divided up into various globally traveling brands, and is available to about 36 million viewers in more than 150 countries. The company's global headquarters is located in Stamford, Connecticut, with offices in major cities across the world. As in other professional wrestling promotions, WWE shows are not legitimate contests, but purely entertainment-based, featuring storyline-driven, scripted, and choreographed matches, though matches often include moves that can put performers at risk of injury, even death, if not performed correctly. This is first publicly acknowledged by WWE's owner Vince McMahon in 1989 to avoid taxes from athletic commissions. Since the 1980s, the WWE publicly has branded their product as sports entertainment, acknowledging the product's roots in competitive sports and dramatic theater. The company's majority owner is its chairman and CEO Vince McMahon, who retains a 42% ownership of the company's outstanding stock and and 83% of voting power. The current entity incorporated on February 21st, 1980, was previously known as Titan Sports, Inc., which was founded the same year in South Yarmouth, Massachusetts. It acquired Capital Wrestling Corporation Limited, the holding company for the World Wrestling Federation, in 1982. Titan was renamed World Wrestling Federation, Inc. in 1998, the World Wrestling Federation Entertainment, Inc. in 1999, and finally current World Wrestling Entertainment, Inc. in 2002. Since 2011, the official brand itself solely as WWE, though the company's legal name was not changed. The company's history. Before Titan Sports, WWE's origins can be traced back as far as 1952, when Roderick James Jess McMahon and Toots Mott created the Capital Wrestling Corporation Limited, which joined the National Wrestling Alliance in 1953. McMahon, who was a successful boxing promoter, began working with Tex Rickard in 1926. With the help of Rickard, he began promoting boxing and wrestling at the 3rd Madison Square Garden. In November 1954, McMahon died, and Ray Fabiani, one of Mott's associates, brought in McMahon's son Vincent James. The younger McMahon and Mott were very successful and soon controlled approximately 70% of the NWA's bookings, largely due to the dominance in the heavily populated northeastern United States. In 1963, McMahon and Mott had a dispute with the NWA over the Nature Boy, Buddy Rogers, being booked to hold the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Both men left the company in protest and formed the WWF in the process. Mott left Capital in the late 1960s, and although the WWF had withdrawn from the NWA, Vince McMahon Jr. quietly rejoined in 1971. Capital renamed the World Wrestling Federation to the World Wrestling Federation 1979. The Golden Age. Vincent J. McMahon's son, Vincent K. McMahon, and his wife Linda established Titan Sports in 1980 in South Yarmouth, Massachusetts. The company was incorporated on February 21st, 1980. in the Cape Cod Coliseum offices. The younger McMahon brought capital from his father in 1982, effectively seizing control of the company. Seeking to make WWF the premier wrestling promotion in the country and eventually the world, he began an expansion process that fundamentally changed the wrestling business. At the annual meeting of the NWA in 1983, the McMahons and former Capitol employee Jim Barnett also withdrew from the organization. McMahon also worked to get WWF programming on syndicated television all across the United States. This angered other promoters and disrupted the well-established boundaries of the different wrestling promotions, eventually ending the territory system, which was in use since the founding of the NWA in the 1940s. In addition, the company used income generated by advertising, television deals, and tape sales to secure talent from rival promoters. In an interview with Sports Illustrated, McMahon noted, "In the old days, there were wrestling fiefdoms all over the country, each with its own little lord in charge. Each little lord respected the rights of his neighboring little lord. No takeovers or raids were allowed. There were maybe 30 of these tiny kingdoms in the U.S., and if I hadn't brought my dad, there would still be 30 of them, fragmented and struggling. I, of course, had no allegiance to those little lords." McMahon gained significant traction when he hired American Wrestling Association (AWA) talent Hulk Hogan, who had achieved popularity outside of wrestling. Notably for his appearance in the film Rocky III, McMahon signed Roddy Piper as Hogan's rival, and then shortly afterward, Jesse Ventura as an announcer. Other wrestlers joined the roster, such as Jimmy Snuka, Don Muraco, the Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov, Junkyard Dog, Paul Ordenoff, Greg Valentine, and Ricky Steamboat. Many of the wrestlers who would later join the WWF were former AWA or NWA talent. The WWF would tour nationally in a venture that would require a huge capital investment, and one that placed the WWF on the verge of financial collapse. The future of McMahon's experiment came down to the success or failure of McMahon's groundbreaking concept, WrestleMania. WrestleMania was a major success and still is marketed as the Super Bowl of professional wrestling. The concept of a wrestling supercard has nothing new in North America. The NWA had begun running Starrcade a few years prior. In McMahon's eyes, however, what separated WrestleMania from other supercars was that it was intended to be accessible to those who did not watch wrestling. He invited celebrities such as Mr. T, Muhammad Ali, Cyndi Lauper to participate in the event, as well as securing a deal with MTV to provide coverage. The event and hype surrounding it led to the term rock and wrestling connection due to the cross-promotion of popular culture and professional wrestling. The WWF business expanded significantly on the shoulders of McMahon and his babyface hero Hulk Hogan for the next several years. The introduction of Saturday night's main event on NBC in 1985 marked the first time that professional wrestling had been broadcast on network television since the 1950s, when the now defunct Dumont Television Network broadcast matches of Vince McMahon Sr.'s Capital Wrestling Corporation. The 1980s wrestling boom peaked with the WrestleMania 3 pay-per-view at the Pontiac Silverdome in 1987, which set an attendance record of 93,173 people, a record that stood for 29 years until WrestleMania 32. A rematch of the WrestleMania 3 main event between WWF champion Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant took place on the main event in 1988 and was seen by 33 million people, the most watched wrestling match in North American television history. In 1985, Titan moved its offices to Stamford, Connecticut, though the current building was built in 1981. Subsequently, a new Titan Sports Inc., originally WWF Inc., was established in Delaware in 1987 and was consolidated with the Massachusetts entity in February 1988. New generation. The WWF was hit with allegations of steroid abuse and distribution in 1992. This was followed by allegations of sexual harassment by WWF employees the following year. McMahon was eventually exonerated, but the allegations brought bad public relations to the WWF and an overall bad reputation. The steroid trial cost the company an estimated $5 million at the time of record low revenues. This helped drive many WWF wrestlers over to rival promotion World Champion Wrestling, including 1980s babyface hero Hulk Hogan. During this period, the WWF promoted wrestlers of a younger age, compromising the new generation, featuring Shawn Michaels, Diesel, Razor Ramon, Bret Hart, and The Undertaker in an effort to promote new talent into the spotlight. In January 1993, the WWF debuted its flagship cable program Monday Night Raw. WCW countered in September 1995 with its own Monday night program, Monday Nitro, which aired in the same time slot as Raw. The two programs would trade wins in the ensuing ratings competition, known as the Monday Night Wars, until mid-1996. At that point, Nitro began a nearly 2-year ratings domination that was largely fueled by the introduction of the New World Order, a stable led by the former WWF performers Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, the former Razor Ramon, and Kevin Nash, the former Diesel. The Attitude Era. As the Monday Night Wars continued between Raw is War and WCW's Nitro, the WWF would transform itself from a family-friendly product into a more adult-oriented product. The Attitude Era. As the Monday Night Wars continued between Raw is War and WCW's Nitro, the WWF would transform itself from a family-friendly product into a more adult-oriented product, known as the Attitude Era. The era was spearheaded by WWF VP Shane McMahon, son of owner Vince McMahon and head writer of Vince Russo. 1997 ended with McMahon facing real-life controversy following Bret Hart's controversial departure from the company, dubbed as the Montreal Screwjob. This proved to be one of the several founding factors in the launch of the Attitude Era, as well as the creation of McMahon's on-screen character, Mr. McMahon. Prior to the Montreal Screwjob, which took place at the 1997 Survivor Series, former WCW talent were being hired by WWF, included Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mankind, and Vader. Austin was slowly brought in as the new face of the company, despite being promoted as an anti-hero. Starting with his Austin 3:16 speech shortly after defeating Jake Roberts in the tournament's finals at the King of the Ring pay-per-view 1996. World Wrestling Federation Inc. World Wrestling Federation Entertainment Inc. On May 6, 1998, Titan Sports Inc. was renamed World Wrestling Federation Inc. It was renamed World Wrestling Federation Entertainment Inc. a year later. On April 29, 1999, the WWF made its return to terrestrial television, airing a special program known as SmackDown. On the fledgling UPN network, the Thursday night show became a weekly series on August 26, 1999, competing directly with WCW's Thursday night program Thunder on TBS. In 2000, the WWF, in collaboration with television network NBC, announced the creation of the XFL, a new professional football league that debuted in 2001. The league had high ratings for the first few weeks, but initial interest waned as its ratings plunged to dismayingly low levels. One of its games was the lowest rated primetime show in the history of American television. NBC walked out on the venture after only one season, but McMahon intended to continue alone. However, after being unable to reach a deal with UPN, McMahon shut down the XFL. On October 19, 1999, World Wrestling Federation Inc. launched an initial public offering as a publicly traded company, trading on the New York Stock Exchange. With the issuance of stock then valued at $172.5 million, the company has traded on the NYC since its launch under the ticket symbol WWE. Acquisition of WCW and ECW. By the fall of 1999, the Attitude Era had turned the tide of the Monday Night Wars into WWF's favor. After Time Warner merged with AOL, Ted Turner's control of WCW was considerably reduced, and the newly merged company announced a complete lack of interest in professional wrestling as a whole, and decided to sell WCW in its entirety. Although Eric Bischoff, whom Time Warner fired as WCW president in October 1999, was a deal to purchase the company, in March 2001, McMahon acquired the rights to WCW's trademarks, tape library, contracts, and other properties from AOL Time Warner from a number reported to be around 7 million. Shortly after WrestleMania X7, the WWF launched the Invasion storyline, integrating the incoming talent roster from WCW and Extreme Championship Wrestling ECW. With this purchase, WWF now became by far the largest wrestling promotion in the world. The assets of ECW, which had folded after filing for bankruptcy protection in April 2001, was purchased by WWE in mid-2003. World Wrestling Entertainment Inc., WWE. On May 5, 2002, the World Wrestling Federation announced it was changing both its company name and the name of its wrestling promotion to World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. Although mainly caused by an unfavorable ruling in its dispute with the World Wildlife Fund regarding the WWF initialism, the company noted it provided an opportunity to emphasize its focus on entertainment. On April 7, 2011, WWE, via the WWE corporate website, announced that the company was ceasing use of the full name Worldwide Entertainment and would henceforth refer to itself solely as WWE, making the latter an orphan initialism. This was said to reflect WWE's global entertainment expansion away from the ring, with the ultimate goal of acquiring entertainment companies and putting a focus on television, live events, film production. WWE noted that their new company motto was put into effect with the relaunch of Tough Enough, being a non-scripted program contrary to the scripted nature of professional wrestling, and with the launch of WWE Network, at the time scheduled to launch in 2012, later pushed back to 2014. However, the legal name of the company remains as World Wrestling Entertainment Inc. In March 2002, WWE decided to create two separate rosters, with each group of wrestlers appearing on one of their main programs, Raw and SmackDown. Due to the overabundance of talent left over from the Invasion storyline, this was dubbed as the brand extension. Beginning in 2002, a draft lottery was held nearly every year to set the rosters, with the first draft to determine the inaugural split rosters, and subsequent drafts designed to refresh the roster of each show. On May 26, 2006, WWE announced the relaunch of ECW as a third WWE brand. The new ECW program aired until February 16, 2010. All ECW wrestlers at that point became free agents that could sign either Raw or SmackDown. Reunification. Beginning with the August 29, 2011 episode of Raw, it was announced that Raw would feature talent from both Raw and SmackDown and would be known as Raw Super Show. The Super Show suffix would be dropped on July 23, 2012. Championships previously exclusive to one show or the other were available for wrestlers from any show to compete for. The Super Show format would mark the end of the brand extension, as all programming and live events from the original announcement was made until July 2016 featured the full WWE roster. In 2013, the company built the sports medicine and training facility WWE Performance Center in East Orange County, Florida, in partnership with Full Sail University from Winter Park, Florida. The training facility is targeted as career and athletic development for the company's wrestlers. Full Sail is also home base to WWE's NXT brand, which over the years has grown and expanded from a small development territory into a globally touring brand in its own right. On August 20th, 2019, it was announced that NXT would have a weekly live 2-hour show Wednesday nights on the USA Network, which began September 18th, whereby NXT is designated as a third main roster brand became official. Second brand split. On May 25th, 2016, WWE announced a relaunch of the brand extension, billed as the New Era. Following that announcement, Raw and SmackDown now each feature their own unique rosters, announcers, ring sets, ropes, and championships. A draft took place to determine which wrestlers would appear on what show. SmackDown also moved from Thursday nights to Tuesday nights, which began on July 19th, the night of the aforementioned draft, and airs live instead of the previous pre-recorded format. On November 29th, 2016, WWE announced a new program especially for their cruiserweight division, wrestlers 205 pounds and under, called WWE 205 Live. The program focuses exclusively on those wrestlers who qualify for the division. The cruiserweights, who first became a fixture in WWE with the Cruiserweight Classic Tournament, which were originally exclusive to the Raw brand at the onset of the 2016 brand extension before landing their own brand. On December 15th, 2016, it was announced that the WWE was established a new WWE United Kingdom Championship, with the winner being decided by a 16-man tournament to air on WWE Network, featuring wrestlers from the UK and Ireland during January 2017. WWE executive Paul Triple H Levesque said the eventual plan with the new title and tournament was to establish a UK brand with its own weekly TV show. The UK brand, officially known as NXT UK, also has its own Women's Championship and Tag Team Championship. WWE currently has over 140 wrestlers, both male and female, under various forms of contracts, and stages over 500 events a year around the world. WWE stock and corporate governance. On October 19, 1999, WWF, which has been owned previously by parent company Titan Sports, launched an initial public offering as a publicly traded company, trading on the New York Stock Exchange with the issuance of stock then valued at $172.5 million. The company has traded on the NYSE since its relaunch under the ticker symbol WWE. The company actively marketed itself as a publicly traded company, though through presentation as investors at investors conferences and other investors relations initiatives. In June 2003, the company began paying a dividend on its shares of 4 cents per share. In June 2011, the company cut its dividend from 36 cents to 12 cents. In 2014, concerns about the company's viability caused wide fluctuations in its share price. Contracts. WWE signs most of their talent to exclusive contracts, meaning talent can appear or perform only on WWE programming and events. They are not permitted to appear or perform for other promotion unless special arrangements are made beforehand. WWE keeps all wrestlers' salary, employment, length, benefits, and all other contracts details strictly private. Legal disputes and controversies. 1990s drug scandals. During the 1980s and 1990s, Dr. George Zahorian was taught to have routinely distributed steroids and other drugs to WWF wrestlers, supposedly with the approval of WWF owner Vince McMahon. In 1993, McMahon was indicted in federal court after the steroid controversy engulfed the promotion. forcing him to temporarily cede control to the WWF to his wife Linda. The case went to trial in 1994, where McMahon himself was accused of distributing steroids to his wrestlers. One notable prosecution witness was Nails, real name Kevin Walsh, a former WWF performer who had been fired after a violent confrontation with McMahon. Nails testified that McMahon had ordered him to use steroids, but his credibility was called into question during his testimony, as he repeatedly stated that he hated McMahon. The jury would later acquit McMahon of the charges, and he resumed his role in the day-to-day operation of WWF. Disputes with rival companies. In 1996, Titan Sports, the parent company of the World Wrestling Federation, sued World Champion Wrestling WCW over WCW, applying that Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, Razor Ramon, and Diesel were invading WCW on WWF's behalf. This led to a series of lawsuits filed by both companies as the Monday Night War heated up. The lawsuit went on for years, ending with a settlement in 2000. One of the terms gave the then WWF the right to bid on WCW's assets if the company was liquidated. AOL Time Warner, then the parent company of WCW, canceled WCW's television shows in March 2001 and sold the company's assets to the WWF. On May 23rd, 2012, Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling, TNA, not Impact Wrestling, sued former employee Brian Wittenstein and WWE. The suit alleged that Wittenstein violated a non-disclosure agreement and shared confidential information with the WWE, which represented a comparative advantage in negotiating with wrestling talent under the contract with TNA. He was subsequently hired by the WWE, after which TNA asserted with Wittenstein violated the agreement by downloading confidential TNA trade secrets and providing the information to WWE. Although WWE fired Wittenstein and alerted TNA officials after the disclosure of the information, TNA claimed that WWE had access to the information for 3 weeks prior to the disclosure in this time. The WWE used secret contract information and attempted to poach their talent in violation of Tennessee's Uniform Trade Secrets Act. The lawsuit was formally withdrawn without prejudice by the plaintiff, TNA, on January 15, 2013, under a notice of voluntary non-suit, which offers no ruling on the merits of the suit and allows TNA to potentially refile at a later date. Dispute with USA Network. In April 2000, USA Networks had filed a lawsuit against World Wrestling Federation Entertainment Inc. in a bid to keep Raw and War and all WWF programming after the WWFE opened up a bidding a month prior. Viacom's proposed bid included a $30 million to $50 million equity investment in the company and carriage on broadcast billboards and radio of both wrestling matches, along with then launched XFL. On June 27, 2000, the Delaware Supreme Court ruled in favor of WWFE. The next day, Viacom won the rights to all the WWF programming for $12.6 million, including Raw's Raw on CNN, Spike TV, a revamped Sunday Night Heat on MTV, and retained SmackDown on UPN after the merger with CBS 1999. The lawsuit centered on USA's contention that it did not have to match every aspect of Viacom's offer to satisfy a right of first refusal clause in its contract that allowed its deal with the WWFE to continue. In 2005, WWE's programming, excluding SmackDown, moved back to the USA Network, now owned by NBC Universal, and maintains its relationship to this day. WWF Name Dispute. In 1994, Titan Sports had entered into an agreement with the Worldwide Fund for Nature, also trademarked WWF, an environmental organization, regarding Titan's use of the WWF acronym which both organizations had been using since at least March 1979. Under the agreement, Titan had agreed to cease using the written acronym WWF in connection with its wrestling promotion, and to minimize, though not eliminate, spoken uses of WWF. On its broadcasts, particularly in scripted comments, in exchange, the environmental group and its national affiliates agreed to drop any pending litigation against Titan, and furthermore agreed to not to challenge Titan's use of the full World Wrestling Federation name of the promotion's then current logo. In 2000, the Worldwide Fund for Nature sued World Wrestling Federation Entertainment Inc. in its United Kingdom, alleging various violations of the 1994 agreement. The Court of Appeal agreed that the promotion company had violated the 1994 agreement, particularly in regards to merchandising. The last televised event to market the WWF logo was the UK-based pay-per-view Insurrection 2002. On May 5th, 2002, the company launched its Get the F Out marketing campaign and changed all references on its website from WWF to WWE, while switching the URL from WWF.com to WWE.com. The next day, a press release announced the official name change from World Wrestling Federation Entertainment Inc. to World Wrestling Entertainment Inc. or WWE, and the change was publicized later that day during a telecast of Raw, which was broadcast from the Hartford Civic Center in Hartford, Connecticut. Following the name change, the use of the WWF scratch logo became prohibited on all WWE properties. Additionally, past references to the WWF trademark and initials in specified circumstances became censored. Despite the litigation, WWE was still permitted use of the original WWF logo, which was used from 1979 to 1994 and had been explicitly exempted under the 1994 agreement, as well as a similar new WWF Generation logo, which was used from 1994 to 1998. Furthermore, the company could still make use of the full World Wrestling Federation and World Wrestling Federation Entertainment names without consequence. In 2003, the WWE won a limited decision to continue marketing certain classic video games from THQ and Jakes Pacific that contained the WWF scratch logo. However, the packaging of those games had all WWF references replaced with WWE. Starting with the 1000th episode of Raw in July 2012, the WWF scratch logo is no longer censored in the archival footage due to the WWE reaching a new settlement with the Worldwide Fund for Nature. In addition, the F in the WWF initials are no longer censored when spoken or when written in plain text in archival footage. Since then, full-length matches and other segments featuring the WWF initials and scratch logos have been added to the WWE website and the WWE Classics on-demand service. This also includes WWE home video releases since October 2002, starting with the re-release of Brock Lesnar, Here Comes the Pain. Although the WWF initials and logo are no longer censored in archival footage, WWE cannot use the WWF initials or logo in any new original footage, packaging, or advertising. Championships. Raw. The WWE Championship is a World Heavyweight Championship created and promoted by the American Professional Wrestling Promotion, WWE, on the Raw brand. It is one of the world's titles in WWE, alongside the WWE Universal Championship on SmackDown and the NXT Championship on NXT. The current champion is Brock Lesnar, who is in his 5th reign. Current champion Brock Lesnar. Brock Edward Lesnar is an American professional wrestler and former mixed martial artist and professional football player currently signed to WWE, where he performs on its Raw brand and is current WWE champion in his 5th reign. The WWE United States Championship. The WWE United States Championship is a professional wrestling championship promoted by the American Professional Wrestling Promotion, WWE, on the Raw brand. It is one of the 3 secondary titles in WWE, along with the WWE Intercontinental Championship on SmackDown and the NXT North American Championship on NXT. The current champion is AJ Styles, who is in his third reign. AJ Styles. Alan Neil Jones is an American professional wrestler currently signed to WWE, where he performs on the Raw brand under the ring name AJ Styles, where he is the current WWE United States Champion in his third reign. WWE Raw Women's Championship. The WWE Raw Women's Championship is a women's professional wrestling world championship created and promoted by the American Professional Wrestling Promotion WWE on the Raw brand. It is one of the 3 women's singles championships among WWE's 3 main brands, along with the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship on SmackDown and the NXT Women's Championship on NXT. The current champion is Becky Lynch, who is in her first reign. Current champion, Becky Lynch. Rebecca Quinn is an Irish professional wrestler. She is currently signed to WWE on the Raw brand under the ring name Becky Lynch, where she is the current Raw Women's Champion in her first reign. WWE Raw Tag Team Championship. The WWE Raw Tag Team Championship is a professional wrestling world tag team championship created and promoted by the American Professional Wrestling Promotion, WWE, on the Raw brand. It is in its 6th overall male tag team championship to have extended in the WWE. It is one of the 3 male tag team championships among WWE's 3 main brands, along with the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship on SmackDown and the NXT Tag Team Championship on NXT. The current NXT on the Viking Raiders, who are in their first reign. Current championship, the Viking Raiders. War Machine is a professional wrestling tag team consisting of Raymond, Rowe, and Hanson. They currently wrestle for WWE as Eric and Ivar, known now as the Viking Raiders. They are known for their time in New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor, where they won the IWGP Tag Team Championship and the ROH World Tag Team Championship. Outside of the Ring of Honor, they have also worked with multiple independent promotions in the United Kingdom and United States, including Insane Championship Wrestling, Revolution Pro Wrestling, Progress Wrestling, and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. War Machine has also competed in Japan for Pro Wrestling Noah. They signed with WWE in 2018 as War Raiders and began performing on their NXT brand, where they owned the NXT Tag Team Championship once. In April 2019, they were drafted to WWE's Raw brand under the name the Viking Raiders as Eric Rowe and Ivar Hansen. They are the current Raw Tag Team Championship. SmackDown. WWE SmackDown, also known as Friday Night SmackDown or simply SmackDown, is a professional wrestling television program that debuted on April 29, 1999. The show's name also refers to the SmackDown brand, to which WWE employees are assigned to work and perform. SmackDown is considered to be one of WWE's 2 flagship shows, along with Raw. SmackDown currently broadcasts live on Friday nights on the Fox network, beginning on October 4, 2019. Following the entirety of the network's Friday night schedule, Fox Deportes simulcast the program with Spanish language commentary. SmackDown debuted in the United States on UPN on April 29, 1999, was formerly broadcast on Thursday nights. The show would move to Friday nights on September 9, 2005, and after the merger of UPN and WB, would begin airing on the CW in September 2006. The show would later move to My Network TV in October 2008. On October 1, 2010, SmackDown moved to cable network Sci-Fi, and would eventually return to Thursdays on January 15, 2015. The show then moved to the sibling network USA Network, on January 7th, 2016. And later that year, beginning on July 19th, 2016, SmackDown began broadcasting live on Tuesday nights. SmackDown's move to Fox on October 4th, 2019 marked the show's return to Friday nights and over-the-air broadcast television, as well as the second time SmackDown has aired on a Fox-owned network. SmackDown has been broadcast from 163 arenas in 148 cities and towns. In 7 countries, the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Iraq in 2003 and 2004 for tribute to the troops, Japan in 2005, Italy in 2007, and Mexico in 2011. Prior to switching to its current live format, taped episodes premiered a few hours earlier in Ireland and the United Kingdom, a day earlier in Australia, Canada, Singapore, and Philippines, then the United States. Due to the time differences, for international broadcast listings, see below listings. The show celebrated its 15th anniversary on October 10th, 2014, and the 1000th episode on October 16th, 2018. As of March 3rd, 2017, all archived episodes of the show are available for on-demand viewing via the WWE Network. WWF SmackDown was set up to compete against WCW's Thursday night show Thunder. In the spirit of WWF's Attitude Era, the show was originally planned to be 2 hours of WWF Diva in primetime TV. However, this did not work out, and instead SmackDown became a complimentary show to augment Raw is War. SmackDown first appeared on April 29, 1999 using the Raw set as a single television special on UPN. On August 26, 1999, SmackDown officially debuted on UPN. Like WCW Thunder, SmackDown was recorded on Tuesdays and then broadcast on Thursdays. The new WWF show was so popular that WCW moved Thunder to Wednesdays so that it would not compete directly. Throughout the show's early existence, The Rock routinely called SmackDown his show, in reference to this fact that the name was derived from one of his catchphrases, "Lay the SmackDown." In March 2002, WWF implemented the brand extension under which Raw and SmackDown would have separate rosters of performers that are exclusive to their respective programs and events, and be positioned in universe as competing brands. From the show's inception in 1999, SmackDown was aired on UPN. With the cancellation of Star Trek Enterprise, SmackDown moved into its former time slot on Friday nights for the 2005-2006 season. Beginning September 9, 2005, WWE subsequently announced that the show would be retitled Friday Night SmackDown to emphasize the new scheduling. During the previous season, SmackDown had an average viewership of 5.1 million viewers, making it UPN's second highest rated program behind America's Next Top Model. In January 2006, CBS Corporation and Warner Brothers Entertainment announced that UPN and WB would merge to form a new network known as the CW that fall. As part of that announcement, the CW announced that it would renew Friday Night SmackDown for 2 more seasons. On September 22, 2006, Friday Night SmackDown aired its first episode on the CW. The CW declined to renew SmackDown, resulting in the series being picked up in October 2008 by My Network TV, a second new network formed by Fox Entertainment Group, primarily targeting former UPN and WB affiliates who were unable to join the CW. Retaining its previous Friday night time slot, the season premiere of SmackDown on My Network TV was the highest rated program in the fledgling network's history, with 3.2 million viewers. On March 20, 2009, SmackDown celebrated its 500th episode. Moved to Sci-Fi USA Network. On October 1st, 2010, as part of a new deal with NBC Universal, SmackDown moved to Sci-Fi on October 1st, 2010. Retaining its Friday night time slot. Prior to this premiere of SmackDown, Michael Cole hosted a pre-game show. The move saw Sci-Fi paying close to the $30 million for the show as opposed to the $20 million paid by its former network, My Network TV. On August 29, 2011 episode of Raw, it was announced that performers from Raw and SmackDown were no longer exclusive to their respective brand, thus effectively dissolving the brand extension. The October 14, 2011 episode made SmackDown the second longest running weekly episodic television series of American television history, behind Raw, which surpassed the mark on August 1, 2005. On January 18, 2013, SmackDown celebrated its 700th episode. On October 10, 2014, SmackDown celebrated its 15th year anniversary. To celebrate the 50th anniversary, Stephanie McMahon came out first, then Laurinaitis and Long, respectively, the latter of which kept one-upping each other from the main event of the night until McMahon decided to keep that 15-man tag team match that Long suggested, on the condition that Laurinaitis Long be the captains of each team like the WrestleMania. Long's team won the match. On December 16, 2014, SmackDown aired on the 800th episode special on Sci-Fi's sister channel, USA Network, featuring a main event between Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins. In January 2015, SmackDown returned to a Thursday night time slot, and the return to Thursday nights was expected to help attract a younger audience to Sci-Fi, as well as more premium advertising dollars from marketers, who tend to spend more to promote their products, especially film releases. On the night as consumers head into the weekend, the last SmackDown airing on a Friday night had 2.43 million viewers with a 0.7 share. On January 7, 2016, SmackDown moved to USA Network, remaining on Thursday nights. With the move, all top 3 WWE programs, Raw, SmackDown, Tough Enough, would air on the same network for the first time ever. On May 25, 2016, as part of the re-implementation to the brand extension and split between Raw and SmackDown, it was announced that SmackDown would become a live program on Tuesday nights. On the July 11, 2016 episode of Raw, Vince McMahon named Shane McMahon the commissioner of SmackDown. Then next on Raw, Daniel Bryan was revealed as the new SmackDown general manager. On July 22, 2016, General Manager Daniel Bryan revealed the new SmackDown logo on his official Twitter page, renaming the show SmackDown Live. On April 10, 2018, SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon announced that Daniel Bryan was back as the full-time WWE wrestler and named Paige the new general manager. Move to Fox. On June 26, 2018, Fox announced a 5-year agreement to air SmackDown, marking the return of SmackDown to Friday nights. In a deal worth $205 million per year, the series aired its first Fox episode on October 4th, 2019. The WWE SmackDown's 20th anniversary, returning WWE programming to Fox for the first time since the network aired the November 14, 1992 episode of Saturday night's main event. The agreement came as WWE's previous broadcast deal with USA Network to air both SmackDown and WWE Raw was set to expire, and as Fox has increasingly emphasized live sports programming and non-scripted entertainment in the wake of its then upcoming sale of its in-house studios to Disney. Fox had hoped to acquire Raw for the Fox network and SmackDown for FS1. However, amid a competitive bidding situation, NBC Universal focused its efforts on renewing Raw, freeing up Fox to pursue SmackDown. Fox began an advertising campaign by Wyden and Kennedy for the move, "We're all superstars," to coincide with the beginning of football season, revealing a new logo, and since moving to Fox, adding an extra 1.6 million from the week before, but also saw a 25% drop the week after to 2.88 million viewers. The October 25th, 2019 episode was moved to FS1 due to Fox airing Game 3 of the 2019 World Series. An hour-long version of the episode aired on Fox the following Sunday afternoon. WWE Hall of Fame. The WWE Hall of Fame is a hall of fame which honors professional wrestlers and professional wrestling personalities maintained by WWE. Originally known as the WWF Hall of Fame, it was created in 1993 when Andre the Giant was posthumously inducted with a video package. 1994 and 1995 ceremonies were held in conjunction with the annual King of the Ring pay-per-view events, and the 1996 ceremony was held with the Survivor Series event. After an 8-year hiatus, WWE relaunched the Hall of Fame in 2004 and has held the ceremonies in conjunction with WrestleMania ever since. Since 2005, portions of the induction ceremonies have aired on television, and since 2014, the entire ceremonies have aired on WWE Network. As of 2019, there have been 204 inductees, with 113 wrestlers inducted individually, 37 legacy inductees, 15 group inductions consisting of 43 wrestlers within those groups, 10 celebrities, and 5 Warrior Award recipients, whilst 57 members have been inducted posthumously. 4 wrestlers have been inducted twice individually and as part of a tag team group: Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Booker T, and Bret Hart. The WWF Hall of Fame was created in 1993. It was first announced on March 22nd, 1993 episode of Monday Night Raw, when Andre the Giant, who had died nearly 2 months prior, was announced as the sole inductee. In the preceding 2 years, induction ceremonies were held in conjunction with the annual King of the Ring pay-per-view events. 1996 ceremony was held with the Survivor Series event, for the first time in front of a paying audience as well as the wrestlers, after which the Hall of Fame went on a hiatus. WWF changed its name to WWE in 2002, relaunched the Hall of Fame in 2004 to coincide with WrestleMania. This ceremony, like its predecessors, was not broadcast on television. However, it was released on DVD on June 1st, 2004. Beginning with 2005 ceremony, an edited version of the Hall of Fame was broadcast on Spike TV and on the USA Network. These were aired on tape delay. Since 2005, the entire Hall of Fame ceremony has been packaged as part of the annual WrestleMania DVD release, and from 2014 has been broadcast live on the WWE Network. In 2015, the historical WWE Hall of Fame ceremonies became available on the WWE Network. Although a building has never been built to represent the Hall of Fame, WWE has looked into constructing a facility. In 2008, Shane McMahon, then Executive Vice President of Global Media at WWE, stated that WWE had been storing wrestling memorabilia in a warehouse for years, with all items categorized and dated in case the facility was created. All Wrestling Elite is an American professional wrestling promotion founded in January 1st, 2019. Its inception was announced by entrepreneurs Shahid Khan and his son Tony, with the former acting as the promotion's lead investor, and the latter being the founder, president, and CEO of the company. Professional wrestlers Cody Rhodes as well as Nick Jackson, collectively known as the Elite, are the promotion's inaugural contracted talents. The three are serving as both in-ring performers and executive vice president alongside Kenny Omega, fellow professional wrestler and co-founder of the Elite. Since October 2nd, 2019, AEW has produced a 2-hour weekly TV show, All Elite Wrestling, Dynamite, airing live on TNT in the United States. CBS Sports described AEW as the first company with major financial backing to take a swing at beginning to compete with WWE on a major level in nearly 2 decades. The background. In May 2017, professional wrestling journalist Dave Meltzer made a comment that the American professional wrestling promotion Ring of Honor could not sell 10,000 tickets for a wrestling event. The comment was responded to by professional wrestlers Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks, the tag team of Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, who were both then top stars signed to ROH, and good friends both inside and outside of professional wrestling as part of the group Bullet Club, the latter, the Elite. They promoted and held an independent professional wrestling event called All In in September 2018, featuring wrestlers from ROH as well as other promotions. The event sold out in 30 minutes and had the largest audience in attendance for a professional wrestling show in America, held and organized by promoters not affiliated with WWE or World Championship Wrestling WCW since 1993. The event was attended by 11,263 people. The event was acclaimed, and it led to much online speculation that Cody and the Young Bucks would expand their ambitions and create their own professional wrestling promotion or do a second All-In event. People in the television industry were also very impressed with the show. The formation. On November 5, 2018, several trademarks were filed in Jacksonville, Florida, that indicated the launch of the Elite Wrestling. Names filed for trademark included All Elite Wrestling, AEW All Out, AEW Double or Nothing, Tuesday Night Dynamite, AEW Double or Nothing, and several logos. In December 2018, Cody, the Young Bucks, and several other wrestlers left ROH. The official announcement of AEW's creation came at the midnight Pacific time on January 1st, 2019, in an episode of Being the Elite, a YouTube web series created by and featuring the Elite. Also announced in the episode was Double or Nothing, AEW's inaugural event and sequel to All In. On January 2nd, 2019, Cody and the Young Bucks officially signed with the promotion as competitors as well as serving as AEW's co-executive vice presidents. While entrepreneur, football executive, and longtime wrestling fan Tony Khan was announced as the president of the company, Tony and his father Shahid were reportedly backing the promotion. The Khans are billionaires and part of the ownership group of the Jacksonville Jaguars and Fulham FC. Cody's wife, Brandy Rhodes, was announced as the company's chief brand officer on January 3rd, 2019. On January 8th, 2019, the company held its inaugural press conference on the forecourt of the TIAA Bank Field, where they announced talents that were going to perform as part of the promotion, including former ROH wrestlers, the team of SoCal Uncensored Christopher Daniels, Scorpio Sky, and Frankie Kazarian, Hangman Adam Page, independent wrestler Dr. Britt Baker, Joey Janela, and former WWE wrestlers Pac and Chris Jericho. They also announced a working relationship with Chinese professional wrestling promotion Oriental Wrestling Entertainment. OWE. On February 7th, January 19th, the group held a press conference where tickets were released for Double or Nothing. Other big announcements included Kenny Omega joining as a competitor and the company's fourth co-executive vice president, as well as the signing of Luca Brothers, Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix, best friends Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor, and a partnership with Mexican promotion Lucha Libre, AAA Worldwide. Programming. All Elite Wrestling Dynamite. All Elite Wrestling Dynamite, also known as AEW Dynamite, Wednesday Night Dynamite, or simply Dynamite, is a professional wrestling television program that is produced by the American promotion All Elite Wrestling, AEW, and airs on TNT in the United States. The show debuted on October 2nd, 2019, and serves as a flagship program for AEW. The show airs live weekly for 2 hours. It is the first professional wrestling show to air on TNT since the final episode of WCW Monday Nitro on March 26, 2001. AEW Dark. AEW Dark is a professional wrestling web television program that is produced by the American promotion All Elite Wrestling and airs on their YouTube channel. The show is hosted in studio by Tony Schiavone. Events. Double or Nothing. AEW Double or Nothing was a professional wrestling pay-per-view event produced by All Elite Wrestling. It took place at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in the Las Vegas suburb of Paradise, Nevada, on May 25th, 2019. It was the inaugural event held by the AEW promotion. Flyer Fest. Flyer Fest was a professional wrestling event produced by All Elite Wrestling. It was the second event held by the AEW promotion that took place on June 29, 2019, at Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, Florida, alongside the community effort Orlando CEO Fighting Game event. The name of the event is a parody of the fraudulent Fyre Festival. The event aired for free on the BR live streaming service in North America and was available through pay-per-view internationally. It was the second annual edition of community effort Orlando professional wrestling card at the Ocean Center event. Ocean Center dating to New Japan Pro Wrestling 2018 CEO X NJPW that took place at the same event. Fight for the Fallen. Fight for the Fallen was a professional wrestling event produced by All Elite Wrestling AEW. It was the third event held by the promotion and took place on July 13th, 2019, from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. Fight for the Fallen, like the previous event Fyter Fest, aired for free on the BR live streaming service in North America and was available through pay-per-view internationally. All Out. All Out was a professional wrestling pay-per-view event produced by All Elite Wrestling. It took place on August 31st, 2019 at the Sears Center Arena in the Chicago suburb of Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Full Gear. Full Gear is an upcoming professional wrestling pay-per-view event produced by All Elite Wrestling. It will take place on November 9th, 2019 at the Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore, Maryland. Chris Jericho's Rock and Wrestling Rager at the Sea. Chris Jericho's Rock and Wrestling Rager at the Sea is a series of cruise ship experiences held by professional wrestler, musician, author, and actor Chris Jericho. The experience features professional wrestling events, musical concerts, stand-up comedy, and podcasts. The original cruise took place in October 2018. 2 months later, Jericho confirmed there would be a second cruise to be held in 2020. Jericho partnered with Ring of Honor to hold the cruise wrestling event in 2018 and will partner with All Elite Wrestling for his 2020 cruise. Championships. AEW World Championship. The AEW World Championship is a professional wrestling world championship created and promoted by the American promotion All Elite Wrestling. First unveiled on May 25th, 2019 at Double or Nothing. It is the top championship of AEW. The inaugural and current championship is Chris Jericho. The inaugural and current champion is Chris Jericho. Current champion Chris Jericho, Christopher Keith Irvin, better known by his ring name Chris Jericho, is an American-born Canadian professional wrestler, musician, podcaster, author, actor, and entrepreneur, currently signed to All Elite Wrestling, where he is the inaugural and current AEW World Champion. In professional wrestling, he is best known for appearances in WWE between 1999 and 2018. Noted for his over-the-top rock star persona, Jericho has been named by journalists and industry colleagues as one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. AEW's Women's World Championship. The AEW's Women's World Championship is a women's professional wrestling championship created and promoted by the American Professional All Elite Wrestling. It was first announced on June 18, 2019. Riho is the current and inaugural champion. Current champion Riho. Riho is a Japanese professional wrestler and idol. She currently appears for All Elite Wrestling, where she is the inaugural AEW's Women's World Champion, and also works freelance and for independent promotions such as World Wonder Ring Stardom, where she is the high-speed champion in her first reign. AEW World Tag Team Championship. The AEW World Tag Team Championship is an World Tag Team Professional Wrestling Championship created and promoted by the American promotion All Elite Wrestling. The championship was first announced on June 18, 2019. The current and inaugural champions are SoCal Uncensored. Current champion, SoCal Uncensored. The Addiction are a professional wrestling tag team consisting of Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. They are currently signed to All Elite Wrestling, performing alongside Scorpio Sky under the moniker SoCal Uncensored, where they are the current AEW World Tag Team Champions. They are known for their work in Ring of Honor, where they are the two-time Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, and previously in Total Nonstop Action Wrestling TNA, where they are two-time TNA World Tag Team Champions. Thanks for stopping by All Wrestling's Elites. If you want to stay updated on the latest pro wrestling info, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button and keep you posted. Oh yeah, and don't forget to like, comment, and share this video as well, as it helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching.